It is now time for our feature presentation. Spoiler warnings. It's now time for our one review of tonight. We're going to review the 2006 Snakes on a Train.
The Southwest Express heads towards Los Angeles, loaded with 100 passengers and 1,000 few angry, venomous snakes. Train.
There are snakes on our train car.
Alright, Dwayne, we just watched this masterpiece. What did you think?
Okay.
It's okay?
No, it wasn't okay. Just let's go.
Oh, okay. Speed it up. Yeah. It was bad.
It was really bad.
We watched it together because we felt like we needed support through this one. Sometimes if you're going to watch a really, really bad movie, it's best to watch it in pairs because at least you have someone to make fun out of it with. And that's what we did.
Oh, yeah.
And we were cracking jokes at this movie the whole way through. Yeah, so you start out, there's like a Hispanic couple. And they're sitting there in the desert, and the girl is coughing up tiny baby snakes and green slime. A border patrol guy comes, and he's pissed at them because they're illegals. And one of the snakes she coughed up bites him. He dies immediately. And then it turns out they're trying to go to California to meet his uncle, and they board a train, and there's like a whole bunch of thugs on there. And then they finally get on, and then we introduce the white people. There's this one guy, and he brings up that he's like a electrical engineer, right?
Yeah.
Then you have these two random blonde women who come on. You got a cowboy who comes on, and like these random surfer guys who you think might be important, but not really. Also, you got a family, a mom, dad, and a daughter. They come on the board, and then there's like some background fuckers as well. You'd think some of these guys would be important. I don't know. It's just none of the characters were great, were they? Did you have a favorite character?
No. No, not at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, I didn't either. Like all the characters were just kind of bland. I kind of liked the cowboy, and then at one point he basically forced a woman to. He was going to have sex with her until it got stopped, but you did get to see her titties, and he was playing with her titties before it got stopped. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of liked him up to that point, but that was really about it. There really wasn't a star to the movie unless you count like the Mexican couple who was kind of the bad guys as well. It was just kind of everywhere. The story was like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? They didn't really explain that she was. They kind of said she was cursed with some kind of like old tradition curse, but they didn't explain how she got it, or it was just kind of a mess. And she's just coughing up snakes the whole movie. They're like these tiny little garden snakes or something. I was like, really? This is what we're fucking watching? And yeah, you do get bigger snakes at the end. But, they're not that fucking huge. I think the snakes on a plane movie, a lot of people laugh at that movie like, that movie's awful. Dwayne, I don't think we're going to have that issue anymore in the future, saying how bad that movie is, are we?
Absolutely not.
Because every time you watch it now, you're like, you know what, I could be watching. This is, this is so much better than what I could be watching, you know. Then you see the blonde couple, the two girls, right? And then, out of nowhere, he finds out one's like smuggling in cocaine. And she gets caught by this cowboy who says he's a cop. Turns out he wasn't a cop, he's a former cop. And he's trying to get onto the drug action. And then he gets caught by a guy who might be a cop as well. I don't know. And then he's trying to get on the drug action. But they quickly get killed. And you also have the family. The dad gets destroyed by snakes in their sleep. And then they wake up. And then the mother and the daughter get killed. I wasn't expecting the little girl to get killed. And she had like the most brutal death. Like the snake ate her and like there's blood gushing everywhere.
My favorite part of the show.
Actually, I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. You know, like that's probably best part of it. Honestly, I didn't expect that. I thought for sure the little girl was going to live. And then you have these surfers guys, and they just come on and they just speak enough to know where they're surfers, and that's the end of their character development. Surprisingly, one actually lived through this whole shit. I couldn't tell you his name or anything about him. I just remember at the end of the movie when they're all sitting there alive, I'm like, wasn't that one of the surfers? And Dwayne's like, I think so. That was it. And then, yeah, like you don't care about any of these fuckers. And going on, there's snakes starting to get a little bit bigger. But like the bigger they get, the shittier CGI it is. They have them. And there was a whole like 50-minute window of nothing happening. There's just people talking, blah, 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 boring shit. And then finally, like, it felt like the last 20, 30 minutes, people started to get killed finally, and then it was a wrap. There was another, like, I guess Hispanic guy that, I guess they snuck on the train or something, because they were like, paid. The Hispanic people had to pay in the back. I don't know, kind of sound weird. But one of the guys turned out to be kind of like maybe the hero of the movie. And then the man in the couple, the Hispanic couple, he gave this guy this like medallion, right? And you're like, what's that gonna do? But he doesn't explain anything about the medallion. He says, this should keep you safe. And then at the very end of the movie, the guy is sitting there with his girlfriend who's been coughing up snakes the whole movie. And then you start seeing she's got snake fangs, which I called very early. I was like, I bet she's going to turn into a snake. And sure shit, here she starts turning to a snake. What I did predict was this bitch going to turn into a giant snake, and she eats him, and then Dwayne, she starts eating the whole fucking train. Did you like the CGI they used? No? You didn't like the CGI they used for her, or the eating of the train. It looked goofy as shit. She starts eating the whole train. 4 or 5, maybe 6 people jump off right before the whole train gets ate. And then, you're like, holy shit, how are they going to kill this giant snake? Well, they crouched down, just waiting for death. And that medallion the guy gave them summons Jesus Christ himself, who summons like a tornado or some shit. And then the snake flies away. However, it looks like it's a baby snake when it flies away. That's kind of weird. Didn't explain any of that, did it, Dwayne?
No.
Yeah, so maybe we need to watch more Asylum films.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, maybe not. Yeah. Whew, this was a rough one. But I figured you guys can suffer with us and you can watch it with us. Dwayne, what was your thoughts of this whole thing?
This was a very bad movie. The CGI was bad. The story was bad. Made no sense at all. Nothing they talk about made any sense in that movie. You had a lady who's trying to smuggle drugs, and then a former DEA agent, a current DEA agent maybe, never say, trying to steal the drugs from her. You had family on the train that got killed. You had surfers on the train that got killed. Nobody says why these people are in Mexico. You know, no backdrop on why they were there. All of a sudden they're in Mexico, and then all of a sudden they're trying to go across
I think
the border.
I think they were in Texas.
Whatever. You're in El Paso. My fault.
Yeah.
I've been to El Paso. El Paso looked a lot nicer than that movie did. Believe me. But yeah, they don't say why she was cursed. I know she was supposed to marry some guy and she backed out of it, so his family put a curse on her or something like that. But it's like, okay, what kind of curse? What was it about? And she just started vomiting snakes. They're all small snakes, and like you said, later on, you have pythons crawling around. The snakes are like little garter snakes, but all of a sudden, other pythons. And you hear rattlesnakes the whole time. You hear rattlers going. You never see a rattlesnake in the whole movie. It's just very badly made.
Yeah, and there's just a whole bunch of boring shit too, right in there. Dwayne, what's you gonna give this movie?
-1.
Oh no, we can't do negative.
0.01.
Oh God, is that your score?
Yes.
All right. Well, here are my Jesus 0. Okay. Here are my pros and cons for snakes on a train. My pros: it's fun to laugh at. My cons: whole bunch of boring shit in the middle. Baby garden snakes. Dumb acting. Dumb story. Dumb plot. What the fuck is going on here? Bad CGI. Alright guys, I'm gonna give Snakes on the Train 2 baby snakes out of 10.